Hello and welcome to Nosy Tarot Entertainment, where this nosy person plays with tarot cards for entertainment only. Please remember that this is all alleged. This is just some weird recluse playing with some cards. Today we are going to do a deep dive on TD Jakes, and we are going to ask some questions about his connection to Diddy and how he's feeling about this case. Let's go ahead and get started with Major Arcanas. What is TD Jakes' current overall major arcana? Current overall major arcana. And how does he feel about Diddy? Major arcana for how he feels about Diddy. How does he feel about this case? Major arcana for this case. Major arcana regarding Diddy's case. How does he feel about his own reputation? His own reputation. Major arcana for TD Jakes and his own reputation, please. And what is TD Jakes' near future? Major arcana for his near future. Okay, so TD Jakes' current overall major arcana is the Strength card. So he is trying to tame that inner beast within himself, and that could be a number of things. It could be anxiety, it could be some kind of desire that he wrestles with. It could also be like maybe even trying to keep his mouth shut. Notice that this mouth is wide open, and this is about being patient. And also in the usual regular card of the Strength card, there's usually a feminine energy with a lion, and a lot of times that talks about being persuasive, because you have to be very kind, patient, and persuasive to be able to be that close and on top of a lion. So he could also be trying to be persuasive. And his thoughts about Diddy: he thinks that Diddy is a manipulator of people, of circumstances. He thinks that Diddy has all kinds of resources at his fingertips, and he will use them all to get the outcome that he wants. Whatever it is that he has to throw in and mix and, I was going to say chant over. I've said in my readings on Diddy before, I do feel that he is some kind of, I don't think he's a practitioner, but I think that he pays and works with practitioners for his own, what he feels is prosperity and winning, So I think that TD Jakes sees him that way. Like, he was manipulated, and, he got the best of him. He fooled his eyes. And so then let's see about the case. The Emperor. So this is men doing what men do. So he knows the things that he thinks Diddy has done, and ultimately this is a person who is they're pretty much a boss. They are at the top of everything. They tend to be pretty authoritarian or domineering, and a lot of times the Emperor can be a very insecure person who makes themselves feel better because they exert control and power over other people. I think this may have come out in one of my other readings. I don't know if it was Diddy himself or maybe like one of the other, like maybe Usher. And then let's see how he feels about, this was his reputation, I believe. And this is, him receiving judgment. And I think that with this being in the reverse, he's going to try and play it off like, nope, I don't deserve this. I didn't do anything. I'm an innocent man. I was there ministering to non-believers. He's going to try and turn it so like that he doesn't look guilty. That way he doesn't have judgment upon him. But with this being in the reverse, and look at how this cat here is looking directly at us, it's like people are going to see through that and past it right at him. And near future, the Hierophant. So this is him meditating, praying, seeking forgiveness and studying, and the Hierophant is usually a very spiritual and mystical person. It is someone that can see behind the veil. They can go between the physical world and the spiritual world, and that can be Christianity as he enters into prayer. It can be mysticism. It could be someone who meditates through yoga. But I do think that this is him trying to get back on the up and up and the straight and narrow with his, with his spirituality, with his creator, and possibly also with his congregation and the actual empire he himself has built up. So now I'm going to ask some questions. I want to know, why was T.D. Jakes in Diddy's circle? Why was he in his circle? Judgment again. And Ace of Cups in the reverse. So it looks like he had some repressed emotions, something that was repressed that was quickened, it was beckoned, it kind of came back up to the surface with when he was around Diddy. Now, in all honesty, this could also be maybe he saw a bit of himself in Diddy, and so maybe he had initially good intentions. What was the nature of this connection or bond? Okay, so it was unexpected wealth. I did look up T.D. Jakes' sign. He is a Gemini and Diddy is a Scorpio. So I think that Diddy, or one of Diddy's people, approached him, and it was a very big, lucrative, opportunity. And I think that, it was a lot of money, and money can be hard to turn down. This is also a Taurus, this is a Virgo card, so I don't know if someone near him is a Virgo, but yeah, and this is about communication, and so somebody really sold him on connecting with Diddy, and again, lots and lots of money, the type of money that will build generational wealth. How did this connection start? How did this connection between them start? Oh, okay. So this is the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this was an opportunity. Someone could have planned it, but they probably met somewhere by happenstance or happen chance. I think it's happenstance, but they ended up kind of putting it out there, and it looks like greed may have kicked in, and they might have also been free. They may not have been working on anything else, so they ended up hearing each other out, getting together, having a business meeting or something. How did this bond evolve? How did it evolve? Oh, lots of things there. Oh, look at that. Partying, having a good old time, overindulging, and just, kind of getting together with people. Sometimes when this is in the reverse, it can talk about being petty, being bitchy, gossiping behind someone's back. So maybe they had a common person that they didn't like, and when they would get together and overindulge, they would talk about that person. Also, it looks like there was a bit of stagnation, and I get that this might have been for each of them. Unfortunately, I want to say that T.D. Jakes may have been a little stagnant in his belief. He was on a bit of a pause in an uncomfortable situation, feeling maybe he was just a little overwhelmed, and he was kind of lacking inspiration or direction, and so he was holding on to something, and I think that that ended up bringing them together, and it caused the nature of their connection to evolve. What did it evolve into? Oh, okay. This can be a couple of things. This can be, my first thought is that it evolved into something that could have brought down a tower, particularly T.D. Jakes's tower. And remember earlier I asked about, like, you know, his reputation, and he was going to try and tell people, oh no, I'm an innocent man. I was ministering to the non-believers. You know, I was there for the sinners. Because he was worried about the empire that he himself had built, you know, and his reputation. And so I think that he may have gotten a sense that being in the Diddy circles and at Diddy parties could have caused his tower to crumble. And I think that at some point he started resisting that, because he was really trying to avoid a painful tower lesson. And so I think that he did kind of come to his senses, and he was almost like, okay, yeah, no, I don't want to come to these parties anymore. Or even within himself, like, I shouldn't be here. Like, you know, what am I doing here? And how was this at the end, after it evolved? How was their connection at the end? Queen of Cups and the Three of Wands in the reverse. So this is talking about the conscious mind and the ego. That is the Sun card there. We also have two third eye chakras, so it seems like there was some intuition going on. I think on TD Jakes' behalf, it was probably him feeling a little guilty. Maybe that, you know, he was feeling a little self-conscious, not self-conscious, his conscious was kind of poking at him, and within himself he's like, this isn't what someone who claims to be a bishop does. This isn't the environment they put themselves into. And by this time, at the end, he was trying to travel, move away from, and to make himself almost feel more worthy despite all of the overindulgence that he had done. Because the Queen of Cups is someone, well, she can be associated with a drunkard, somebody who drinks too much. And this is also someone who is very secure in their emotions, but she's also someone who will pour out their emotions to other people. And so I think that he was trying at the end of this friendship or before Diddy got arrested, he was trying to go ahead and move forward, because he was feeling bad because of all the overindulging and all the emotions that he had been sharing. What was TD Jakes doing at these Diddy parties? What was he doing at these Diddy parties? Ooh, I'm going to take those as well. Queen of Wands, Three of Swords. Oh, okay. So lots of wands here. Wands are symbolic of passion and fire. And if you look at wands, they look like the male anatomy. Again, we have the Queen of Wands, who tends to represent, or can, I'm not going to say tends, but she can represent a witch or witchcraft or anything that is that involves magic. And that can be the dark magic, you know, that I do feel that Diddy pays people to do for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if TD Jakes either partook in or saw some ritual magic stuff going on. And I think that he was at the party doing what? Partying. When you see the Four of Wands, again, this is passion. This is the Aries sign here. And this in particular talks about reasons to celebrate. So any reason that you would get all your friends or family together to party, you know, baby shower, graduation, a comida, a barbecue, a wedding, that's what they were doing. That's how they were celebrating. And this right here is the Venus sign, and this talks about love and pleasure. So what was he doing at the party? Love and pleasure, partying, passion, magic, mystical stuff, and breaking somebody's heart, betraying something or someone, something that made him feel sad and unhappy and filled him with grief and sorrow. And now, hindsight, how does he feel being associated with Diddy? How does he feel now, hindsight, being associated with Diddy? hindsight, how does he feel being associated with Diddy? Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the Sun. Okay, so again, we see the Sun sign here, which talks about the conscious mind and the ego. And then we also have the solar plexus chakra here, actually on both of these. And solar plexus talks about things we can do. So I think that he enjoyed doing what he did whenever he did it. But now he wishes that he could just disappear, that he could escape, you know, because he is no longer in control of what people think about him. And I am curious about him partying with younger people at these parties, because I get the sense that one of his power plays is, I am a bishop, I am older, I am wiser, I bring the good news, this is a messenger. And a lot of times they'll say like, have you heard the good news of Jesus Christ? And I know that's only certain ones, but you know, I think that he leaned into that, you know, I'm an elder, I am wise, you know. And I think that was, you know, like a zaddy, you know, like older, well off, and deep pockets. And so I do think that he has regrets. He just wishes that it would all just go away, that he could be released from it, that he could escape. But I think that's now. But then in the moment, hey, it was all good. It was all fun and rainbows. What boundaries should he have set for himself that he did not? He wasn't, he was overly hasty, he was reckless, he was arrogant, he thought he was infallible, untouchable, and he was dishonest. And look, that's the Gemini sign right there, the Gemini sign. And because this is the Lovers in the reverse, well, because this is the Lovers card, if you look at it, the picture depicts like the Adam and Eve, like the Genesis story, and that holds weight right now because we are talking about a Gemini, which is him, and a Gemini that calls himself a bishop, who has built his empire on saving souls and teaching the word of God. And that's unfortunate, because the Bible says that when we are leaders in the church, we are held to a higher standard. So whatever it is that he is hoping to escape here on earth, he is not going to be able to escape that when he faces his creator, even if he asks for forgiveness and repents and does better and learns from his lessons, because he was arrogant and overly passionate. And you know, he ended up, you know, when it says like you know, conflict and disconnection, and I think that was from his personal beliefs, from his Lord and Savior, from the Word, from what he made his money off of, which was the Word of God. And what boundaries should he have set for Diddy that he didn't? What boundaries should he have set for Diddy that he didn't? This right here, it's a 3 card, and it's about collaboration. And it's usually 3 or more people. These parties, the white parties, whatever they did, the after parties, you can think of a menage a trois or more. That's a boundary he should have set with Diddy. And the world. So being overly indulgent, thinking that you are infallible again, you know, thinking that you are like a god. It's like a god complex. And so I think that this talks about he should have humbled Diddy. He should have approached him in love and spoken to him about, you know, the attitude and the arrogance that Diddy displayed because of his, you know, success. And he also should have set boundaries. Like it says teamwork at the top. If only it were that simple, right? If only it had been teamwork amongst people. And what are his thoughts on this case? What are T.D. Jakes' thoughts on this case? We got the Strength card in the reverse. I'm going to read the upright for you. Oh, it's down here, sorry. I'm going to read the upright for you so you can see what his overall major arcana was. It says inner strength, courage, bravery, confidence, compassion, taming, control, overcoming self-doubt, focus, persuasion, and influence. And again, we see this sun sign and the solar plexus. So this is about the conscious mind and the ego. So I think that this is something that he definitely deals with, the ego. And even the conscious mind can be stuff like lust, things that we obsess over, things that pull at us to bring us to away from our best selves, you know. And the ego can tell us things that we can do, things that we can get away with, things that we can do because we deserve it. So that was his overall current major arcana. And then here regarding the case, we have the Knight of Cups, and this is a Scorpio card, so this could be Diddy. And then we also have, okay, yeah, so I think that he thinks it's game over for Diddy. This is Diddy here. It's the Scorpio card, and then we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And when this is in the upright, this is a Make-A-Wish card. Whatever you want, whatever you have desired, worked for, dreamed for, you are going to get it. You are going to be abundant and prosperous and emotionally satisfied. You know how they say money can't buy happiness? Well, with the Nine of Cups, they are happy, you know, whether they have money or not. But usually they'll have, you know, money as well, but they'll still be emotionally content and satisfied. But when it's in the reverse, that's about shattered dreams and losing, you know, whatever you have and being miserable. All of these cups are now empty. There is nothing in them, and they are just emotionally unsatisfied and empty, and they're just miserable, and they have low self-esteem. And this could also talk about being a coward. So that's how he sees this case. It's all about Diddy, what he did, what he lost, and how he's feeling now. So now I'm just going to do a general spread, and we'll clarify. Okay, and this right here, I hope you can see. This one right here is about friends and family. I'm going to pull one for Diddy and then one for TD Jake's congregation. Let's see what his overall energy is. The High Priestess, that came out earlier. So he's in prayer, he's repenting, he's asking God for forgiveness. He is seeking the spiritual, seeking the other world, the other side of the veil. I hope that it is the good energy that he's praying to, but he's seeking some spiritual guidance and protection. And let's see what this reading is primarily about. The Seven of Wands in the reverse. So this is about having no ground to stand on. You can't defend yourself. You have no leg to stand on. You aren't in the right. You're not on the high ground. You have nothing to defend yourself with. And what is crossing or opposing him? The King of Pentacles. So, and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is somebody who has taken a step back. They're not going to work with him. They're not going to fund him. They are not going to support him. And this could actually be a person. I don't know. I would say that this could be Diddy because he is a King of Pentacles. But I think that, you know, with all his, they're like, on the verge of like seizing assets. I know he offered like $50 million, and then all of his court fees. I don't know if he can be considered the King of Pentacles anymore. So this could also talk about TD Jakes losing money because, you know, people are now associating him with Diddy and Diddy parties. Let's see what's on his conscious mind. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is about imbalance. This is about not being able to multitask or to keep things going, like not being able to juggle. One of the balls is about to hit the ground. And it's also about being on the verge of having to divert and go a different way because stuff is about to fall to the ground. And now let's see what's on his subconscious mind. The Queen of Pentacles. So now we have a couple here. We have the masculine pentacles and the feminine pentacles. And so this is usually the mother figure. This is, other than the Empress, this is somebody who is very nurturing and supportive. And she is going to protect the people that she loves. And so I really do get the sense that this is probably his wife. Like subconsciously, his wife is on his mind. And I think she should be consciously on his mind because he does look like he has been up to some no good. Let's see what's in his past. The Ace of Swords. So this is something that he thought was a good idea. This is something that was a new beginning for him, and it was something that he planned, something that he instituted, and I think that it had to do with it was like something that he spoke about because this deals with communication. So yeah, but that's in the past, and I don't know, but the way that they are holding on to that sword, and this can be symbolic of the male anatomy as well, but not quite as much as the Ace of Wands. And I didn't pull a future card, so I'm going to pull one here. Can you see my cards over here? I'm going to just pull the top one. Oh, future, Five of Wands. That's competition. It is conflict. It's fighting, arguing. It is trouble. And him in the context of this reading, which is really negative. It is not good energy at all. Ooh. The Queen of Swords in the reverse. So if this is him, he is fighting mad. He is angry. He is lashing out at people, whether it's their fault or not. And it's really not, because, I don't think as a grown-ass man, nobody made you go to those parties. Nobody made you, say hello on the videos or whatever. You chose to do that. So don't take it out on people. You did this. But this is the Queen of Swords. She is somebody who is going to cut you down. They're going to make you cry really, really ugly and, got a nasty-ass tongue, So that's him. Don't be mad at folks. You did this. Let's see. Friends and family. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, they're upset with him. And again, this is a spiritual person. And it can be reflective of someone who seeks spirituality, like in the church or in prayer or meditation, fasting and prayer. But a lot of times, this is symbolic of a witch or a wizard, someone who dibbles and dabbles in the occult or magic. And you might be surprised how many churches have witches. And there are varying degrees of witches, but I'm just saying. And then Diddy's energies towards TD Jakes. The Star. Oh, he's full of hope. Come on, man, don't let me down. I got some stuff that we can let out on you. He is hopeful. You still got pull. You can help me out. If you don't help me, help out my children, help sway public opinion. So Diddy is holding on to him. And then let's see the congregation, how they feel. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, they think that he was up to no good. That he was out there looking to be adventurous and fill his cup, to sow his oats. They're not happy with him. They think that he was out there being flirty and stepping outside his marriage pretty much. And let's see a hope or a fear. the Three of Wands in the reverse. So I think that this is a fear. I think that this is about not being able to move from this, not being able to, like a lot of times with celebrities, when you have a scandal, they're like, wait for the newest thing. Like now we're all talking about Diddy. But remember, just a few months ago, even Kendrick Lamar was talking about Drake. And ain't nobody said nothing about Drake now. You wait for the next scandal and people will start to forget about what you did. And I don't think that's going to happen for him. Or that's a fear for him, that he's not going to be able to, people aren't going to forget this. And let's see the final outcome. Oh, so the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets pulled into this, because the Nine of Pentacles in the upright is about a abundant, wealthy, independent person. And when it is in the reverse, this talks about codependency. This could also go back to Diddy having the Star card towards him. So maybe Diddy is kind of holding on to him. Maybe he is sending Diddy some funds, and that's why his coins are in the reverse. But because this talks about like codependency, maybe there are some other things or people that he has attached himself to. And it just came in my head, like that could even be like entities, like dark entities. So let's do a little bit of clarifying. I want to know about this King of Pentacles in the reverse. I want to know about this Queen of Pentacles. I want to know about this Ace of Swords. I'm going to pull, I think I have an idea. I think we have an idea about the Five of Wands, but I still want to know about that because I'm nosy. And yeah, I think those are pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to pull on these as well. Let's go. Clarify this King of Pentacles, please. Clarify this King of Pentacles. Clarify this Queen of Pentacles, please. Tell us more about this Ace of Swords in the past. Oh, thank you. Look at that. Three of Cups again. Tell us about this Five of Wands. Clarify this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Clarify this Star card, please. Clarify this Knight of Cups, please. Knight of Cups. Okay, so the King of Pentacles in the reverse is clarified by the Queen of Cups. So yeah, I get the sense that these are energies. These are bad habits that he has picked up from being around people. It's like if you hang out with bad people, you're not a bad person, but you're going to be associated with the bad things that those bad people do. And I think that's what this is talking about. All of these high-ranking individuals, because, we go through a journey. It's number 1 through 10 for the cards, and then from the page to the king. So it goes page, knight, queen, and king. And every one of the higher ranks have been in the reverse. So he's no longer in these high-functioning energies, not in his spiritual life, in his finances, in his intuition, not in his passions. And the Queen of Cups is clarified by, the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords. Like, he really wants this to disappear. He wants to be free from it because it's not only going to affect him, it's going to affect his wife. So I'm curious, was his wife going with him to these parties? Was she doing her own thing? Because he's concerned about his wife being affected as well. So if he could just free himself from this situation, then, his wife wouldn't have to worry about it either. I'm really curious about this one. It was in his past, and we are clarified by nothing but cups. Emotions. So I get the sense